Hello, boys and girls. We are here for day 2 of learning to write for a procedure or explanatory writing. Our learning goal, students will be able to write a draft that explains a procedure. Your success criteria for procedural writing. I will state my goal in the beginning, what the procedure is for making or doing something. I will include materials, how much or how many needed. I will include step-by-step instructions. I will make sure my step-by-step instructions follow a sequence, and I will use the present tense. So just to review, what is procedural writing? Procedural writing explains how to do something, for example, how to make hot chocolate. Yesterday in Schoology, you were to complete the puzzle piece by using a template, and you were to list the ingredients, equipment, and step-by-step the method of how to do something. For example, you should have answered questions or explained and told what you were making, what ingredients you would use, what equipment you would use, and what the steps were that you were following. We discussed an example of how to make a ham and cheese sandwich, and I did show you the example of my planning sheet for how to make a ham and cheese sandwich. And so you can see I listed my ingredients, my equipment, and each step that I would follow. So today what we're going to do is we're going to look at the draft. So this was my planning. You can see I have everything listed here, but now today we're going to turn this into a draft. So here is an example. So in the beginning, we always have an introductory paragraph with a hook. And we know the most commonly overused hook is to start off with a question. And we also know that there's many different ways that you can begin an introduction without using a question. You can use a connection or an experience with your reader. You can use figurative language, you can use description, but what we want to try to avoid is using a question because it's so overused. So on here, I said, sometimes my parents allow me to experiment with different recipes in the kitchen. Today, I am going to explain how to make my famous ham and cheese sandwich. So I tried to make a connection with my readers, which would be you, and say that try to do it from the point of view of a 5th grader. First, you will need the following ingredients and equipment: 2 slices of bread, 1 slice of cheese, sandwich spread, 1 leaf of lettuce, 2 slices of tomato, knife, bowl, and a plate. Next, you will want to take your 2 slices of bread and place your slice of cheese on one of the slices of bread. The next thing you will want to do is put the ham on top of the cheese. Then pour sandwich spread over the ham and add lettuce and tomato. Finally, place the other piece of bread on top and push down firmly. Then this is the conclusion. Now you know how to make the best ham and cheese sandwich ever. Of course, you can add or take away some ingredients to your liking. I hope you enjoy your sandwich. So a nice little conclusion is just to kind of wrap up what you said, restate what you were doing, and then give them maybe some tips on some other things that they could do, and then always, end with a feeling sentence. That's a great way to have a conclusion there. You don't want to just end your writing. So this would be an example of a draft for your procedural text. All right? So that would be something that you could do as an example. You don't want to make one just like this, but this would be an example, and it has the elements that need to be included. Notice that I skipped lines between my paragraphs so that I have that. You want to do that so that it's more organized for the reader and they can see your steps that are laid out as well. Okay, so in conclusion, let's look at our success criteria. I will state my goal in the beginning, what the procedure is for making or doing something. I will include materials, how much or how many needed. I will include step-by-step instructions. I will make sure my step-by-step instructions follow a sequence, and I will use the present tense. All right, good luck with your drafts. I will be anxious to read them, and if you have any questions, please reach out to your teachers.